Hey everybody, Heidi Field here from Columbus High in Columbus, Nebraska for assignment number 7 with the talk about Summerhill School in England and how A.S. Neal's vision is still seen throughout the school today, and some good things about it, some bad things about it, and how I think it compares with my school. I think we all know how it began, 1921, um, and how A.S. Neal was considered an educational rebel with his thoughts on allowing students um, full freedom. This was considered obviously revolutionary. He wanted to create a school that had the culture where children are free from adult authority. And, again, at the time, that was really revolutionary. But now he is considered one of the top 12 educators that have shaped British schools. The whole idea behind this school and how students and adults have an equal vote. They have their regular meetings where everyone in the school has a voice, every vote is taken into account. Um, and it's meant to be informal, and they want students to develop into the people that they want to become without restriction, without judgment from an adult's perspective. And the students aren't forced to go to lessons. Students have the choice of unlimited play. And their philosophy, they think, is this helps to create lifelong learners, and it helps them with having an equal voice to have that sense of involvement in their community. They want students, by being able to be a part of the process, to learn cooperation, learn service, learn decision making, and then budgeting and financial planning. I thought that was kind of interesting about the Summerhill School and how they want students to learn financial planning in that way. Um, Through play of any type, the adults of Summerhill feel that they're allowing these children to be who they truly are without any restriction from them. I see a couple of comparisons between my school, Columbus High School, and Summerhill. Um, I feel here students are encouraged to take a role, maybe not as big of an active role in their education, um, but then I also feel like just a limited number of students actually do as much as they can to take a role in their education. Many of them leave it to their parents or to their counselors to make sure that they get the classes that they need to graduate so they can move on. I think at my school, just like at Summerhill, administrators and teachers truly want the students to succeed. I think there's always going to be that difference in opinion of what success is. I think that the students need to decide what success looks like to them, and that kind of is a philosophy that correlates with Summerhill. Um, and this is a little bit different. I feel like here the students are the people who run the school. I actually think this is a negative aspect of our school and the problems that we have with students, and I think this is a lot of the problem that we have with safety in schools. This is obviously different from Summerhill because it truly is a democracy between adults and students. But here, students, I feel, have more say than the teachers on pretty much every occasion of conflict. And this causes a lot of friction between the teachers and administrators. Um, I think there are more differences than similarities, but some of the big ones that I notice is here students obviously have to stay in a structured class program. They have to attend classes, they have to do their homework, they're expected to do things by a certain date, they'll have tests on a certain day. It's much more structured with curriculum. Another big thing is that extracurriculars are where our students will do their quote unquote play. That's what they choose to do outside in their free time. Obviously, this is a huge difference from Summerhill, where students are able to do whatever they please at any time and to be free thinkers when it comes to their play and how they spend their time. And the biggest difference and the most significant thing is that our school is so much larger than Summerhill. Summerhill, at any given time has around 100 people total between teachers, their quote unquote principals, and the students. Here we have 1,200 students, almost 120 staff members. To do what Summerhill says and does and their philosophy would lead to absolute chaos, and it would be safety issues. In public education at this size, you couldn't do what they do at Summerhill. I think this is a great theory. If there was a place like this around here, I wouldn't hesitate to look into it for my own children. That may be somewhat selfish, but I suppose it's true. I just don't feel on the large scale that something like this is possible. If you looked at using the numbers that they say work, we would have to have 12 separate schools just to take care of the number of students that we have here. That just isn't feasible. And then how do you divide money and things like that? I just don't think that people would be able to make this happen on such a large scale. And maybe you disagree with that. If you have ideas, I would be more than willing to listen to those. I just feel like it's too much to take on with the number of students that we have in our school and in our district, and how we would have to manage all of that together and truly stay to the principles that A.S. Neal and Summerhill School say are what's important.